Mr. Gulden, thank you for joining us today. Obviously, you've had a strong second quarter. What does that tell us about the expectations for the third quarter?
Well, I think Puma is on a good trend. We've been in the turnaround mode, and over the last 2-3 years, we have improved the performance, and you see the results of that. And we think that that trend will continue and look positive into the future, also for third quarter.
Which product lines are selling well right now? I mean, which countries also are you making good progress in?
Well, I just heard you say that retail in the UK is weak. We have a very good trend in the UK, doing very well there, so I'm very happy with that. I think it's fair to say in our industry where sports and fashion meets, there is a growth globally, and when you have a brand like Puma, which is coming from a difficult time and now improving, then we actually have growth everywhere, and it shouldn't be surprising that the biggest growth is probably in China. But we also grow in America and in all the major markets in Europe. So I think this is a brand recovering, and therefore you also need growth in all markets. And the growth is led by footwear. You probably know in the sports industry, innovations and brand image comes through footwear, and that's where we have the highest growth.
Yeah, and in February, you disparaged your own operating margin of 3.5%. You called it ridiculously low compared with your larger rivals. You said you've got to strive to reach their sort of lofty levels of between 8 to 10%, which leads to the obvious question. I mean, how soon before you get to those sorts of operating profit margin levels?
Well, I'm not going to give you a timeline on that. I think that if we do our job giving the retailers and the consumer better products, then we will grow, and then we will get there sooner or later. And I think at this point in time, we are approaching now 5 to 6% EBIT margin, coming from almost zero. So we feel it's better to build something mid-long term than trying to impress very shortly. So I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm sure we will talk when we're there.